dragon trainers. You've come across Raising Dragons with Mama Swan. Let's begin. In my cave, I have a shelf above my fireplace that has all the precious and otherwise knickknacks that I have decided are worth being in my line of sight. Today, I was adding something to that shelf, and I found a fortune that I had kept from, one of those fortune cookies. It says, "Don't accept that others know better than you." This definitely goes with my theme of nobody knows what they're doing. So today we're going to talk about questioning everything like we do. Now, whether you're a human being or a dragon, at some point in your life, at many points in your life, you have asked questions, and hopefully you never stopped. There is nothing like meeting somebody who is happy to answer questions. This is because questions bring joy to the wise. Now, you've probably met a lot of people in your life that do not like answering questions at all, and don't like asking them too. You might be one of those people yourself. There are many reasons why we are like this, especially as dragon trainers. It could be that you didn't have enough sleep. It could be that you are hungry. If a person does not enjoy learning, then they are not going to enjoy answering questions more often than not. And this is a big red flag if you are working with any doctors or teachers. If they do not enjoy answering your questions, they are not the person for your problems. And finally, of the reasons that I'm listing, if a person does not like to answer questions, they probably do not know as much as they are claiming to know. I don't have any statistics on this, but I feel like that last one is the most common. These days, you have the answer to the majority of your questions at your fingertips. That has obviously not always been the case. This is a really new development. When I was younger, I remember having questions like, why is the sky blue? And I was told to look it up. This was not an easy task because you had to understand the question you were asking itself. What do I look up? Do I look up sky? And the sky's a pretty big place. There's going to be a lot of information in there. This was the days of encyclopedias. This has brought about the end to a lot of pointless arguments like, who was in that movie? Or, I don't think you're using that word right. My co-dragon trainer and I have a lot of those types of arguments where we are using the same word, but I mean probably the first definition and they mean probably the second definition. It's crazy because a lot of our arguments come to us both being right. However, the few times where it's only one of us were right, it does feel especially validating. I think we should all get more comfortable with the words, I don't know. You could put all of human knowledge into one brain, and it would still be a person who didn't know everything. Dragons should also learn to be okay with saying, I don't know. I remember when I was younger and just starting to teach music, I would feel very threatened if somebody asked me a question that I don't know. How can I be teaching this if I don't know? That's the imposter syndrome. I've been teaching music for over 20 years now, and when a student comes to me with a question I don't know the answer, now it's exciting because that means we both get to learn something. And hopefully I'll remember it the next time a student asks. It really just depends on how often it's something that comes up. Let me just add one more thing to my list of reasons why we don't like to answer questions. Dragons ask questions, and they will often ask the same questions over and over again. What's for dinner? I don't know, dragon. What are you making? When are we going to get there? We're not even going anywhere. And finally, and most commonly, why? This is where your past comes back to haunt you as you say, because I said so. This has been another episode of Raising Dragons. I am Mama Swan, and I'll see you again later.